Paul, if someone wants to start a business with $100, what's the first thing they should do?
Start by identifying your skills and passions. Ask yourself, what do I know that others find valuable? Then brainstorm ways to monetize that knowledge. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Entrepreneur's Edge, the podcast where we explore stories, strategies, and insights to inspire your entrepreneurial journey. I'm Paul.
And I'm Sarah. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or someone dreaming of starting your own business, this is the place where we give you the tools and motivation to take action. And today, Paul, we're diving into a book that flips the script on starting a business.
That's right, Sarah. Most people think you need loads of money, investors, or even formal training to start a business. Chris Guillebeau challenges that idea with a simple yet powerful question. What if you could build a profitable business with just $100?
And he doesn't just talk about it. He backs it up with inspiring case studies of people who've done just that. So grab your notebook because today we're breaking down the strategies, lessons, and action steps from the $100 startup.
Ready to turn $100 into a thriving business? Let's dive in.
Paul, let's set the stage. Why do you think this book resonates with so many people?
I think it's because it eliminates excuses. A lot of people feel stuck because they think starting a business requires massive capital or complex planning. This book simplifies everything. It says, hey, you already have what you need. Start small, start now.
Exactly. Chris introduces this idea of micro-entrepreneurship, where the goal isn't to build the next Amazon or Apple. It's about creating something manageable that brings value to others and financial freedom to you.
And the timing couldn't be better. With the rise of digital tools and platforms, starting a business has never been more accessible. This book is a playbook for anyone looking to take advantage of those opportunities. Okay, let's talk examples. Sarah, which case study from the book stood out to you the most?
It has to be the story of Brett Kelly. He's the guy who wrote Evernote Essentials. Now, Brett didn't have a huge following or budget. What he did have was a deep knowledge of Evernote, a tool many people use but don't fully understand. So he created an ebook to help users maximize the platform. Guess how much he earned?
Let me guess, 6 figures?
You're spot on. He made over $100,000. And here's the kicker. He didn't even spend $100 to get started. He used his expertise and a simple website to market his product.
That's incredible. It's a perfect example of leveraging what you already know. And the best part? He started small, validated the demand, and scaled from there.
What about you, Paul? Any favorite stories?
Definitely. I love the story of Sarah Young. She's a wedding planner who built her business from scratch by helping friends with their weddings. Over time, word-of-mouth referrals turned her small side hustle into a thriving full-time business. It's such a relatable story because so many people have skills they could monetize, but they just don't see the opportunity.
And that's the beauty of this book. It's full of stories that remind us that big things can come from small beginnings.
Let's get into the framework. If someone's listening right now and thinking, I want to start a business, but I don't know where to start, what's the first step?
Chris breaks it down into 3 simple elements: a product or service, a group of customers, and a way to deliver it. But before you even get to that point, you need to find your convergence.
Ah, the sweet spot. The convergence is where your skills, passions, and what people are willing to pay for intersect. It's where your business idea lives.
Exactly. For example, if you're great at graphic design and love creating digital art, you could offer custom illustrations or design templates for businesses. The key is to align what you love doing with what the market values.
And once you have your idea, the next step is validation. Don't skip this part. Test your idea with a small group of people. Sarah, do you remember the cupcake example from the book?
Of course. A woman wanted to start a bakery, so she began by selling cupcakes to friends and family. The feedback helped her refine her recipes and build confidence before opening her store.
And step 3 is launching quickly. Don't wait for perfection. Start with a minimal viable product and improve as you go. Remember, action beats planning every time.
Let's talk about barriers. Paul, what do you think stops most people from starting a business?
Fear of failure is a big one. People worry about what happens if their idea doesn't work out.
And what's your advice for overcoming that fear?
Start small. By starting with minimal investment, you're minimizing risk. If your idea doesn't work, you've learned something valuable and you can pivot. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the process.
I'd also add that time is a big barrier. Many people feel like they're too busy to start a business.
That's where side hustles come in. Start by dedicating a few hours a week to your business. Many of the entrepreneurs in the $100 startup began their journeys while working full-time jobs.
Let's leave our listeners with some practical tips. Paul, if someone wants to start a business with $100, what's the first thing they should do?
Start by identifying your skills and passions. Ask yourself, what do I know that others find valuable? Then brainstorm ways to monetize that knowledge.
And don't forget to keep costs low. Use free tools like Canva for graphic design, WordPress for websites, and social media for marketing. You don't need to spend a fortune to look professional.
Another tip, focus on building an email list. It's one of the most effective ways to reach your audience and keep them engaged. Start with a free tool like MailChimp. And lastly, don't overthink it. Take action, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. As Chris Guillebeau says, inspiration is good, but inspiration combined with action is so much better. All right, Sarah, we've covered a lot today. If there's one thing you hope our listeners take away from this episode, what would it be?
I'd say this. You don't need a lot of money or experience to start a business. All you need is a willingness to take the first step and a commitment to learning as you go.
Couldn't agree more. To all our listeners, if you've been sitting on an idea, now's the time to act. Start small, test your idea, and don't let fear hold you back.
And if you haven't already, pick up a copy of the $100 Startup. It's packed with actionable advice and inspiring stories to help you on your journey.
Thanks for tuning in to The Entrepreneur's Edge. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share this episode with anyone who's ready to take the leap into entrepreneurship.
We'll see you next week for more strategies to help you build, grow, and succeed. Until then, keep dreaming big and taking action.